Ayo, we are back in it again. United Sim Football Association here on Twitch. 3 more ball games left in the season. We are here in the playoffs and we are at the Western Conference Championship game. Only one game tonight. We'll have another game tomorrow, which will be the Eastern Conference Championship. The winner of the game tonight and tomorrow will meet on Sunday in the United Bowl. Got the Mother's Day thing going on, and we're going to keep it moving as always. Show some love. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you plugging away with the exclamation point USFA already at 9, and we haven't started the game. A lot of people saying that Arizona has the best shot at anybody left in the playoffs to end the streak, and honestly, you wouldn't be in a bad place. I wouldn't be mad to disagree with you, nor would I agree with you. I'm going to keep it partial here in this one. I'm rambling. Caboose, shut me up. How you feeling?
I feel like you're rambling a lot. I think you said a whole lot of words and said a whole lot of nothing. But this game has all the makings of one of the best games of the year. Arizona and Huntington Beach have played twice already this season and have had very close games in both outings. As I pull up a few stats here regarding those games. And while I'm doing that, I mean, what are your thoughts on these particular teams?
Starting with Arizona, we just seen them yesterday. They played a very, very strong game against Tacoma. They were expected to win. They did what they were supposed to do. And just like you said, they're one of the teams that has given Huntington Beach some serious fits. It was Arizona. Action Jackson Jr. played fairly decent, as well as the run game looking nice on them. They're able to move the ball down the field. But we've said this before, if you want to beat Huntington Beach, you have to beat them all 4 quarters. If you slip up in 1 or 2 drives, there's a chance you're going to lose, and it's a very high chance. I'll say at least 90 to 95% in most cases, because Huntington Beach is built to capitalize on your mistakes. And that's the reason why Huntington Beach, speaking about them, are currently undefeated going into this game, and they haven't lost a game since season 8. And they're looking to keep that streak alive. Tyler Deathridge at quarterback, my personal pick for the MVP, quarterback of the year, and potentially offensive player of the year. If you want to give him the triple crown, he's just that damn good. And along with the rest of the team, that's just highlighted with weapons on top of weapons. Arizona's gonna have to bring their full ball game here, Caboose.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. Looking back to to their last matchup, it was a 16-13 win for the Voyagers in Week 6 at Huntington Beach in overtime. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, It's been, what, 8? This is the 9th week since they've played last. A lot can happen. A lot of growth has happened on both sides of the ball. I expect this to be a completely different game, but at the same time, I expect it to be just as tightly contested.
Most definitely. And without further ado, I think we're ready to get this one kicked off. I ain't even gonna ask you to get this one. I'm gonna hit that play game bucket. I said bucket. Claim blade. I am tripping. It's like I've been drinking, but I promise I haven't. It's gonna be a fun ride. If you know I'm stumbling on the words, and we are underway, let's get into it. And it looks like it's gonna be Arizona on the return. Gonna take this past the 10 and looking to take this one past the 20 or close to the 20. And that's gonna make it first and 10 coming up. Let's see what the big homies in Arizona could do. And we're going to go ahead and see a handoff up the middle. Pushing forward is Samari Jones, taking it past the 25 to the 26-yard line, picking up 7. And that's one of the main reasons as to why some of these games have been close here. The run game has been percolating.
Yeah, for sure. Arizona's run game has been doing very well. In that game against the Eruption yesterday, we saw both running backs running for a lot of yards, and they're going to hope to continue that momentum against the Voyagers here.
Going to send a man in motion here, and they're going to try the ground game. Why not? Pushing forward, and looks like he will pick up the first down. 11 yards so far on the ground for number 21. It's going to be first and 10 coming up. Looking pretty nice here.
Well,
got the pistol formation here, bunch at the top of your screen. Gonna try the ground game again, widen out and find a little bit of a hole, but great outside coverage there to bring him down. There goes Josh Schloyer making it happen.
Yeah, Huntington Beach here, their defense is not going to play around. I expect them to come out and be hungry. So these early runs, you know, eventually they're going to start keying into them, and they're going to slowly start getting shorter and shorter.
Well, he's rumbling forward again. Another big carry there from Tamari Jones, keeping him on the ground. And it's going to be 3rd and 3 coming up. Huntington Beach with a chance to get off the field here.
4 plays on this drive, 4 straight runs. I'd like to see Arizona start to try and establish the pass at some point, but hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. The run has been working.
Putting them in some really good positions to keep the ball up the middle, and is going to find a first down again. It's Tamari Jones getting close to the 45-yard line. They said the 44. 5 carries, 26 yards there for the young halfback. He's putting in a lot of work tonight.
Well, this is just the beginning of the game. You know, if he keeps this up, he's going to be well over 100 yards.
First and 10 coming up here. Got the I formation coming. And why not keep it on the ground? This time the defense was there, and he's still dragging. Steel pads for another big gain of 5 yards. That's just grown-ass man running.
You know, in Huntington Beach is going to have to find a way to slow this down, because this is already been almost a 4-minute drive, 6 plays of just running.
And they're going to try it again, and this time Huntington Beach slows them down for a gain of 1. So they had a 3rd and 3 on the last play. I have to expect the pass is coming on this one, right?
I would assume so, and this is where Huntington Beach can be dangerous in that pass defense with guys like X-Pac and some of their other players down there in coverage. All of them very good.
Most definitely. It looks like it's going to be a drop back here, a little bit of a glitch here, but they're going to keep it moving, launching this left side. No one is home. Beautiful coverage all the way around, and the first incompletion will stop this drive right at midfield. The Huntington Beach defense does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I can't help but wonder if maybe they tried to do a pass on 2nd down instead of a run and try and pick up just a few more yards to open up the run game again, if this would have worked out a little bit better for them.
Gonna be Javon Gusto. Had a great punting set this past setup for the wild card. This time it goes into the end zone. And here comes Huntington Beach right out of the gate. Tyler Deathridge, Agent T15. T-Death, what you want to call him, gonna launch his right side and caught. And there goes their tight end, making it happen. Eric Slam Duncan. Not quite getting the first, but very encouraging to see there for the boys in blue.
Well, I think Huntington Beach is going to be a bit more of the opposite of what Arizona just did. They're going to come out and they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to gain much of their yards through the air.
Shotgun set, sending the big homie in motion, and it's going to be a man right there, Hunter Jackson, aka Mr. Touchdown in the wild card, man, making it happen. And looks like it's going to be a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, that play did not have very much potential on it. The defender there, he honed in on that flat real quick, and honestly probably should have just been thrown away.
Looking for a man, launched this right side and deflected and almost picked off. And it looks like the pass defenses on both sides making it happen to start this off. Arizona's getting the football back quicker than Huntington Beach allowed, so definitely encouraging to see Arizona's moving the football a little bit, and they got the quick stop.
Well, and it's early in the game. I expect both these teams to kind of feel each other out for maybe the next drive or two, and like I said, I expect this to be a very tight game all the way through.
Going to be a return here. There goes Uncle Swoosh, who's using his power to fall forward past the 35. AKA Auntie Swish from what Caboose calls them.
It is anti-swish, yeah.
1st and 10 coming up here. There's going to be a pass again, looking for a man middle of the field and going to be caught. There goes Annalisa Melculo there with the tackle. And it's going to be 2nd and 3 coming up. The first completion of the day there for the boys in pink.
Well, in every game right now that Arizona plays and they win is one more game that they get to stay in Arizona as a team. So at the end of the season, when they're done, they're moving out of town. So be tuned on the United Bowl for that.
Most definitely. Great tackle there by P. Knight, making it happen, avoiding giving up the first down. Now it's a 3rd and short situation. Arizona right in pocket. They could stay on the ground here if they want to get close to midfield.
As long as the ball moves, north-south and not east-west.
Most definitely. Huntington Beach is not a team you want to go to the sideline and they pick the right move there. Keep it simple, stupid is what they like to say in the world of sales. And if you keep on selling like this, Arizona's in a good spot. They'll take it to the 48-yard line, Caboose.
They are right about where they were when their last drive left off. So they've got a chance here to really make some progress down the field.
Shotgun set coming up here for action, and they're going to give it to him again, and this time the defense slows them down pretty good. There goes Wiley, Coyote, and Steel Pads making the tackle there. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Eventually, Huntington Beach's defense is going to key in that run game and make Action Jackson Jr. be the benefactor, see if he can move the ball down the field.
Yeah, and I think that's going to have to start happening soon here because that defense, is not going to give up chunk yard play after chunk yard play on the run.
And they tried the ground one more time just to see if they can make it closer. 3rd and medium situation. They got to expect the pass again. And last time they passed it in this situation did not work out. We'll see if that changes here. It's going to be an empty set. Looking pretty good. He's going to take off to run. He's going to use those legs. There is a flag, so none of this will matter. Looking to turn up, pushing to around the 25-yard line, and it's not going to matter, I don't think. It's going to make it 3rd and 16, and there goes the left guard with a bad penalty. And here comes Arizona back onto the field. They got to get past the 42-yard line to get the first down. They're sending everyone deep for the most part. Looks right side and caught. And they got a good gain there for sure, but not good enough. They're going to be 4 yards shy, and Huntington Beach's defense stands tall.
And it's weird. The penalties, they always seem to come during a big play. Someone breaks away for a 20-yard run, well, there's a hold. There's a big 10, 15, 20-yard pass, well, there's a hold. Or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of something that I'm paying attention to and watching.
First and 10 coming up. Shotgun set here for Huntington Beach. And they're going to pass it quickly. There's going to be a quick catch. Number 10 tackling number 10. That's Tank Falco Jr. making the stop. There's going to be a gain of 7 on that play, though. Eric Duncan, a couple catches. And I think that's something that can help Huntington Beach open up their own offense as well. They haven't really moved the ball.
No, they haven't, which is a little surprising. But still, I think Arizona is one of those teams that, can kind of put a clamp on Huntington Beach's offense. So they'll need to figure something out to get this ball down the field.
Huntington Beach going in a heavy pass set to start this game. Going to turn up, spins it, and going to be sacked. And there goes DC 83 getting in the backfield. 3rd and 9 coming. Great pass rush there. He tried to hit him with the 360 no scope. He ain't playing Madden. He ain't playing Call of Duty. He playing Madden right now. It's 3rd and 9 coming up.
And he's technically not playing Madden.
Technically he's not, yes. Looking left side. Going to be incomplete. And I hang on through traffic. And there goes Reese Rockefeller with the hit. And forcing it out of the hands of potentially the wide receiver of the year. That's a great hit.
Yeah, well-timed hit there to keep the ball out of the hands of Ryan Davis.
He almost reached there. He almost got it.
He almost got that. And if he came down with it, I have no doubt he would have taken it to at least another 20, 30 yards.
Sending this one away. Uncle Swoosh back on the return. Solid blocking there. And he's going to take off, and he almost broke free. Maybe if he had that 99 speed, we'd still be running. But overall, great starting field position again here for Arizona.
If you're Huntington Beach, you can't keep giving this kind of field position to your opponent. You got to get it down there a little bit better.
That was great pressure overall right there. Going to make it 2nd and 10. And honestly, this is a great duel right there. Number 1 there for Huntington Beach, the wide receiver Ryan Davis going up against Mikey Jackson. Very, very fun battle here. Defensive set. You see right there, Huntington Beach only 7 yards worth of offense so far. Kind of weird to see. Because we're going to see this pass to the right side. It is going to be caught. There goes number 82, Amari Cooper. Amari Jones with the gain of 1.
Yeah, this is not Amari Cooper, not even in the slightest.
Not at all. Wrong position, wrong number, wrong body build, everything. But regardless of that, a great job securing the catch, even though it is 3rd and 9, wasn't able to do anything with it. Launches the middle of the field, almost picked off twice. That was the ladies of the defense right there. Gina DeClina Buckley couldn't get it the first time. Steel Pads had it the second time. Both of them was eating popcorn on the sidelines before that play. It's going to be 4th and 9 coming up.
Use those fingers up with some butter.
Hope y'all got y'all popcorn ready too. We're just getting started. Gonna be looking, and there goes a nice punt right there. Now Huntington Beach is gonna have to find their way down the field and take it the long way. No diddy. I've been saying a lot of that recently.
You have been saying that a lot.
It's been working. It's going to be a handoff pushing forward, and there goes the run game here for Huntington Beach. Maybe that's something that they could use as well, just like their opponent's been using against them.
I mean, it got them 6 yards. That just about doubled the amount of offense they've had so far.
Second and 4 coming up. They got Tim Carlson there in the backfield. They're going to send Ansel Tavian in motion, and they're just a beautiful defensive play by one of the best at the linebacker position of all time, aka Calvin Thomas. And it's going to be a third and medium situation. Let's click into the second quarter. We are still scoreless. Throw your twos up. It's going to be a fun ride here as always. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, really a defensive battle here in the first quarter, and you'd like to see maybe something give at some point. As this is going to be a sack safety. Oh man, there's no receiver there. That is a case for a safety via intentional grounding if I ever seen it.
I'd like to say that as well, but that is not the case. Maybe he barely got out of the pocket. I don't know. I think he was still in the pocket, me personally. But yeah, that was pretty close. Regardless of that, Arizona gets to stop inside the 10, and they'll have some good field position again, trying to use that speed. But once again, a very rangy special team set here from Huntington Beach, and they're going to knock them down at the 41. Going to stretch this one to the right side and finding a big hole. There goes Amari Jones. First big play of the game, and tackled down by Adam Leach. And there goes that man. Arizona looking to do something here tonight.
That's the first real big splash play of the game, and it's a big one. Gets them all the way down into scoring range. I believe that put them at the 20, looks like the 27, so just about the red zone.
First and 10, why not give it back to him? It's been working, but that is a beautiful tackle there by the big Homer T Knight, Titanium. He says he's getting a tackle for loss. It's 2nd and 11. Right in field goal range for sure, but I'm pretty sure this Huntington Beach defense is going to try to break him out of it a little bit. Going to be a high snap there. Going to be another handoff, and there goes Samari cutting up to the 20. And he's going to make it to the 18-yard line. 3rd and short coming up. Why not give it back to 21?
Well, I'm expecting that they're probably going to stack the box and send a blitz. So maybe something on like a short out route to the flats or something like that might be a better play.
High formation coming up. Gonna be a handoff pushing forward. He got close to that mark.
Didn't make it. I don't believe he made it. At least he said he made it. Okay. I thought he was a little bit behind.
If I was Huntington Beach, I'd challenge that, me personally. But I don't know if there's enough evidence to say he didn't get it, but a close job there. The referee said the ball barely cracked it.
It was a big break there for Arizona and puts them into prime scoring position for the first time.
First time either team made it to the red zone. Looking to go right over the field and gonna be caught. Titanium right there to make the play, or at least the tackle. Gonna make a 2nd and 5 coming. Second and medium here. Empty set again. Huntington Beach sends 4. Quick pitch, middle of the field. First down play. Stuck at the end of that play. Good hit there by Titanium. But it's going to be 1st and goal. Arizona looked for that big play. And we seen in the last one that they played. They didn't have that much huge big plays against Tacoma. And then all of a sudden they got back into the mix.
You know, that game against Tacoma, it was just kind of a war of attrition, and Tacoma just could not hold on. If that's a sack.
Gina the cleaner. Buckley. Big defensive play there for Huntington Beach. 2nd and goal coming. Great job around that edge too. Just staying with it, getting around that left tackle, making the play on the quarterback.
But here's the dangerous part of moving them a little bit backwards. It gives them a little bit more room to operate into that end zone.
And that's not going to help them right there. Tamari Jones couldn't hang on through contact. Going to make it 3rd and goal. Gina in the chat talking about stay there, please. Thank you. As the Huntington Beach defense has a chance to hold them to a potential field goal attempt, or if they could do something crazy, might hold them to nothing. You never know. Gonna pass it again, looking for a man, runs into a woman for the second time in this drive. Gina, the cleaner, Buckley. She says, I ain't trying to give up no points here in this game. It's 4th and goal.
4th and goal from a country mile. Field goal unit's going to come out here and attempt a chip shot.
Sid in the chat talking about them boys bend but never break. You better put the gender right on this one. It's going to be 4th and goal. The kick is up, and we'll see our first points of the Western Conference Championship. And it's going to be in favor of Arizona. They'll take their first lead. Although it's not a touchdown, got to be encouraged that at the very least you are winning in this ball game. That's got to give your team some momentum here.
Well, I think it's going to do one of two things. It's either going to invigorate Arizona or it's going to deflate them. And the reason I say is, I mean, you guys, they were on the 5-yard line. They went all the way back to the 16-yard line in 2 plays. That's 2 straight sacks for a field goal attempt instead of a 7-point touchdown. Mm-hmm. So on that side, I mean, it could be a little deflating, but they are still ahead. Now, what they need to do is figure out how to stop Huntington Beach from responding, because their offense is going to be fired up, ready to go, and want to pull this game back to level at minimum.
We'll see what Ryan Davis, Earl Flint, and Carlton Banks got to say about it. Not too much work for them in this game. We'll see if that changes here. Great secondary play here by Arizona. We'll see if that changes here. They're going to go ahead and fake it. Settles in the pocket. Steps up and runs into a man, number 77. And Arizona says we can get to the quarterback too. Calvin Thomas making the play. Loss of 5. I said in the breakdown, man, Huntington Beach, they can be beat. But you got to do a few things. One, you got to ruffle the feathers of number 15. You got to lock down the wide receivers, slow down the run game, as that is going to be caught there by Carlton Banks. A great route there. And it's going to make it 3rd and medium. Could have been a lot worse considering what happened on the sack.
Absolutely. But bringing this back to a 3rd and 6, this is, I mean, I'd call this 3rd and manageable. They have a real shot here to continue this drive.
Third and 6 coming up, single back formation. And they're going to go ahead and fake the handoff, protection solid, rolling out, stands his feet, going to go ahead and throw a dot. How did he fit that pass in between those defenders, Caboose? He's on another level.
I have no idea. I'd actually like to see the replay.
In between Hunter Jackson and the big homie Mikey Jackson. Wow.
That's what you just call elite quarterback play. And you shake your head at that, not much you can do.
Going to be going with another one. They're going to go deep again at this time. They were ready for that one. There goes number 10, Hank Falco Jr. making it happen. But as you see in the last couple... Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go, my bad.
Oh, Huntington Beach starting to take some shots downfield. Really trying to stretch out that secondary a little bit.
2nd and 10 coming. Looking to get something cooking. Another play fake. Has been working up to this point. Going to throw on the run and finds his man again. Going to rumble forward. Gets to the 30. And even under pressure, number 15 finds a way to get it done. There goes Ryan Davis. Very unconventional, running away from the line of scrimmage and then throwing the football. But hey, if it works, it works.
I don't think anyone's going to question that. So long as the ball is moving downfield, I don't think they care what it looks like.
Well, good tackle there by Chambers. A gain of 1 there. He lost some yards on that pass or that run earlier in the game. 2 carries, -1 yards there for Carlson. Not a lot of run game here for Huntington Beach. They've been mostly passing here. They're going to see if they can turn up on this side. They got to get past the 20 to get the first, but they are in field goal range. and they're looking to turn up here. They're going to fake the handoff. It's been working for them for the most part. Launching right side, going to be incomplete, as that is once again picture perfect coverage there for Arizona. They've been on these receivers tonight.
Yeah, they have not been missing a beat in this first half, but there are 4 quarters in a game of football, and all it takes is one missed play. So with this tight of a game, you still cannot afford any mistakes.
Once again, got to get past the 20 to make it happen here. Stepping back, going to find his man again. There's the halfback right at the setup there. Did he get it? No, he did not. So a close call there for Arizona. Went Arizona's way. Not the same for Huntington Beach. So I guess we can't say that is some home cooking here.
Question is, do you go for it? And I believe they are.
Huntington Beach says, I don't care. We could pick this up. We know what we're doing. And they will keep it on the ground for the easy first down. They picked up 2. That's all you need. 1st and 10 coming for the Voyagers.
Really, all they needed was half a foot.
Might as well give it to the guy that helped you get close. And beautiful block there by the swinging Ryan the Diamond Davis. I don't know if y'all seen it, but great job there from the wide receiver making it happen. You got to upgrade everything, including the blocking, as that pass was well off there by Deathridge. And he was lucky it wasn't going closer towards the middle of the field. That could have been an easy interception.
Yeah, it was, I think, just mistimed his throw on that inward slant route. You know, it happens from time to time, but you got to stay calm, stay focused, and make that throw.
Tyler Deathridge again, steady in the pocket, throws a short. Going to the left side, shakes off one man, rumbling forward, and that's some strong running there. Could have been a lot worse. Going to make it 3rd and medium here, Caboose.
Yeah, that could have been a 3rd and 12 right there, but he throws out the stiff arm and sends a man to the shadow realm.
The shadow realm. I feel like watching some Yu-Gi-Oh after this. I need to renew my Netflix, see if I can bring it up. 3rd and 5 coming, passing it again, looking for a man. Protection's breaking down, launching it, and it's punched out of the hands again of, actually that's not Ryan Davis, that's actually Carlton Banks, who couldn't hang on to it. And it looks like Huntington Beach should settle for the field goal here. Not really worth going for it at this distance.
Yeah, probably not. I'd take the field goal and level this game out. It's been a really tight back and forth defensive battle, neither side really giving much of an inch. And this sets up an amazing second half.
Kick is going to be up. Carolina, she's been fairly great all season long. And I don't need to wait for it. Huntington Beach will get their first points of the ball game via the field goal. Arizona coming back onto the field, all 3 timeouts, 2 minutes left in it. They could make something happen here, see if they could take the lead before the half ends.
Well, you know, there is enough time, you know, with proper timeout utilization to get downfield.
It's really going to come down, just like you said before, who's going to make that first mistake? At this point, they just haven't been able to move the football down the field. You can manage with that as long as the defense on the other side is doing its job. And at this point, both defenses playing very nice, right? But you have to find the ability in these situations to clutch up. And if you don't and you mess up, the other team's going to take advantage of it. It's going to be returned here from Uncle Swoosh, taking it past the 20, dragged down around the 22, and they'll have one more play before the 2-minute warning, so they can utilize this how they want to. If they want to run the football here, they can. See if they could try to break away. And that is exactly their move here. And this time the defense is right there to stop him, but he still picks up 2. Honestly, could have been a loss.
Could have been, but he still stumbles forward and brings his man with him. I don't think that was Preston Dotson that he drug down the field for a couple yards.
Nah, that was still pass number 22. But definitely a great job there from Tamari Jones. Should be seeing some passes coming up here on this drive. 2nd and 8. Gonna be passing it, going with the slant concept. Running out of time, and there goes the mistake. It's gonna be returned. There goes Zayna Bane. And Huntington Beach is gonna take the lead before the half. That is tough.
That is one way to get some points up on the board. That is absolutely deflating for Arizona, and they're gonna have to make up for that here real soon.
Wow. Wow. Defense indeed wins championships, and in this particular case, if you can find a way to get a defensive score on the opposite side, you increase your chances to win by a good amount. And ironically enough, Arizona did essentially the exact same thing in the last game yesterday, going up against Tacoma, bringing home a fumble for a touchdown. It wasn't on a sack, mind you, but actually it was on a sack. I take that back. It was on a sack because it was off of Bridges he was trying to throw. So yeah, that was definitely on a sack, and that's just interesting to see. Now Arizona will have a chance to tie it up before the end of the first half. We'll see what they can do. It's going to be returned again by Uncle Swoosh. Going to push forward and going to get close to the 25. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Rattlers. Their first time not leading in this ball game, as it's starting to turn up here in the second. 1 minute 47 seconds left in the first. Going to pass it across the middle, and there goes Sean McGowan. He was open and he had room to turn up and make a big play, but the pass was off.
Just slightly mistimed there. I think Axon Jackson's a little bit rattled there from that last play that he had. So just got to calm himself back down, get back into the game, shrug that one off.
2nd and 10 coming up. Shotgun, going to be passing it here. Protection's breaking down, and once again a throwaway over the head of the eventual Hall of Famer Preston Dotson. Is going to be 3rd and 10. Thank you for the clip there. That was definitely a clip-worthy play on that fumble recovery for 6, as Huntington Beach is looking to turn up. Going to be passing it again, looking for a man. Going to throw this one away again over the head of Dotson. Nothing doing. And Huntington Beach now has a full 96 seconds to do something again before the half. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Action's playing extremely timid right now. He probably had another second or two to hold on to that ball and try and make a play, but instead he just opts to throw it away. Bit of a mistake there if you ask me, but hopefully they can run the rest of this clock out and escape into the half with the score as it is.
Going to be pushing past the 30 is Ryan Davis. And normally when we see Huntington Beach play, they play a lot looser when they have the lead. So we'll see if their game plan switches up a little bit, taking off to run to give themselves some room to run. Going to hold on to it, rumbles forward and gets about 9 and some change. Gonna crack me open the Sprite. Y'all gonna hear it. There you go. Gonna be passing it again, left side, and caught there by the tight end, I believe. Yes, it is Eric Duncan. 1st and 10 coming. Simple concept. They didn't need to do too much on that play. Just pick up the first, see what you could do. See if you can get another intermediate route, potentially get to field goal range, and then they might have a chance to get another field goal.
And this game's still very much within reach here. Arizona does get the ball to start the half, so any kind of stop here for them would be huge.
First and 10, another short drop back, quick pitch, and going to be caught, but going nowhere, and they're going to call that second timeout.
Actually, I lied. Huntington Beach will be getting the ball, I believe, to start the second half, correct?
I believe Huntington Beach started with the football, so it should be Arizona.
Okay. Well, one of those teams is going to get the ball to start the half.
Most
And
definitely.
either way, it's big for Arizona to get this stop.
2nd and 6 coming up. I thought they kicked it off, but I could be wrong. We'll see when it happens, as that is going to be almost picked off. Beautiful coverage again by Mikey Jackson, making it happen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Arizona received it first.
That's why I corrected myself. I said Huntington Beach is going to get the ball at the half.
Ooh, never want to see those.
It's a big time drop right there.
The difference between punting the football and potentially giving yourselves a chance to get 3. He had enough room to at least get to the 30. And that's going to be no good there. We'll see if Carolina and Adriana could pin. Maybe they could get a safety on the other side, as she's going to launch it up, looking for the bounce, and it bounces the wrong way. Unfortunate there for Huntington Beach. Arizona starts at the 20, and they'll have all 3 timeouts still, so if they can get a deep pass play off, that could definitely help their chance to get something here. But it looks like they're settling for the ground game and tackled immediately, and they'll call the timeout here.
Honestly, if they had just beaten that one guy, there was a lot of daylight to break free on that run.
Mm-hmm. Donkey Kong. Funny story about him. Like, I was calling him mid when he had his first chance to make the Pro Bowl. And here he is, one of the top defensive linemen ever played the game here in the USFA.
I was out here going, hey, this man deserves to be in the Pro Bowl. And Stag's like, nah, he's kind of mid. He's not that good. Very next season, man's a beast.
It'd be like that sometimes, and I could be wrong about some of these players. I know I see the games more than anybody else in this league, right? But you know, I love it when players shut me up and put it all line on the field, and it's one of the main reasons why Huntington Beach has been so great. That pass rush, top notch from top to bottom. As we'll see 3rd and 7 coming. Huntington Beach looking to get off the field. They'll send 3. They're going to go ahead and launch it in the middle of the field, and it's going to be caught. And there's a flag on the play. What's the flag, though? They said it's a face mask, and that'll put them at the 44, and that'll give them one last chance here for a field goal. We'll see if...
they got the leg.
Javon Gusto trying to put the distance on it, and he's a little short, and that's going to put Huntington Beach in chance for a Hail Mary. So nothing doing there for Arizona. And Tyler Deathridge, one of the bigger arms here in the league, gotta assume is going to the end zone, and that's going to be a little short of it, and that's going to be the end of the first half, folks. Biggest play of the game was that fumble recovery for 6. And Huntington Beach is going to start with the football. I guess I was wrong. It is what it is. Huntington Beach coming right back with it. Going to be returned. Taking a pass to 20. Shedding off one man is Earl Flint, who's looking for his first catch of the game. We'll see him and the rest of the wide receiver core turn up. You see right there, he's at the bottom of your screen, is Earl Flint. We'll see if they'll target him. Going to look for a man. Going to go left side and almost throws it straight to number 23, Hunter Jackson. That was way off.
Yeah, got to get a little bit more hands there. That's an easy pick that you need to have.
Tyler Deathridge off his game, throwing less than 50%. I believe he's 10 for 21 at this point. They're going to go ahead and fake it. Going to go ahead and launch it left side and wide open, one-handed catch and turn it up. Is Davis going to get to the 30. And number 15 to number 1. It doesn't fail.
At least not very often.
And that was a mismatch right there. Reese Rockefeller ran out of juice. He couldn't even catch up to him. Ryan Davis is clamoring for the run play. He will not get it here. Gonna go ahead and pass it. Looking for a man to throw it to. Running to the sidelines. Going to throw it on the run. And that was a very interesting set there. Avoids the sack at the very least. Going to make it 2nd and 10. Ryan Davis and Kyle Wu was hoping for a little bit of mixture here in this offense. Not to be. Going to be passing, looking for a man. His death threat running out of time. Throws this one away, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Third and 10, and they're going to try and pass this again. So, and all you really got to do if you're Arizona is keep everything in front of you. Don't allow anything in the medium range, and you can get off the field here, hopefully.
3rd and 10 coming. Blitz is trying to get through. Taking off and running out of time. Brett Eisenhower brought him down for the sack. That's a half one. Who had the other half?
I believe number 10, Tank Falco Jr.
Most definitely. Nope, that's actually DeJarlin James right there. The safety getting into the mix. And they tried to pass here. The defense of Arizona stands tall. And we'll see the punt again here from Carolina Andrianic. Sending us one to the right side. Looking for a pin. Looks pretty good. And it is very good. Inside the 5, down to the 3.
You know, that sack there actually took them out of field goal range.
Most definitely. Single back set. They're going to send Sean McGowan closer to the line of scrimmage. Handoff, finding a hole, turn it up, and runs into a couple of Voyagers there, picking up 6.
Nice play there to get some breathing room there in that backfield. Maybe don't have to start in your own end zone this time.
I expected a low-scoring game, but I also did not expect at least one touchdown from either team going into the 3rd quarter. Kind of a weird set, but that is part of the game. You never know what happens until it happens. Look at that pass there from Action Jackson Jr. Now getting past the 15-yard line. Caboose 1st and 10.
Yeah, and that's a start. Still a lot of field to go. You got to sustain this drive all the way down against the Huntington Beach team that has no interest whatsoever in giving you more than what they already just have.
Huntington Beach is probably the top team in regards to limiting yards after the catch, as we'll see Action take off towards the sideline, running out of time, and yet another sack there on the quarterback. It's Gronk down. I gotta say it all day. I gotta say it the right way. 4 sacks on the day here for Huntington Beach. Run the evening,
at the very least, he got a few of those yards back, prevented maybe a bigger sack from happening.
2nd and 13 coming up. Gonna be a handoff. Pushing forward is Tamari Jones. Fighting forward. A flag right at the end of it. And there's a hold. Take him back to the 7. It's like nothing happened.
Really? I don't agree with that call right there. Do not agree with that call at all.
Turn it up. Trying to avoid the sack. Just throws this one away. Gets out of the pocket. He was like, nope, I'm not getting sacked back here. It's 3rd and 20. Let me find out we're in the matrix. 3rd and 20 coming. Empty set. Passing it again. They send 4. They're going to launch it right side, but that is going out of bounds. And beautiful coverage there from the season 7 cornerback of the year, aka X-Pac. It's going to be a very familiar number right there if you like to smoke it and toke it. 4th and 20 coming.
I can't believe you just said that.
I don't know. I felt very old saying that. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be 4th down. He's gonna send it away inside the 40, and there goes that speed. There goes that man to the other 40. They'll mark him at the 39, and that's what your defense is supposed to do. Force them to punt deep in their own territory. Get field position that is good for scoring. As we'll see the handoff here, trying to find a crease, and he falls forward as Caleb Howard. Only getting his 3rd carry of the ball game, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now if you're Arizona, you're thinking your defense needs to step up and make a big play. An interception, a fumble, something of that kind. Get the ball back into your offense's hand.
Back in field goal range at this current juncture will be around the 51-yard, but it's not going to be a problem. It's going to be to the 20, make that the 19-yard line as the run game is starting to percolate. Caleb Howard making it happen. Running right through Reese Rockefeller right there. Have you seen that? And Caleb Howard has that. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, never mind. Stop talking about that. Get another first down again. And I was about to say Caleb Howard has that fight for extra yards trait, so that's one of the main reasons why he's normally falling forward in those contact situations.
On Huntington Beach at this point has just turned on the Jets, and they're putting on a bit of a clinic, really running roughshod over this Arizona team that looks a little bit lost and confused as to what just happened.
Middle of the field, and there goes Carlton Banks, fresh off of the big punt return by Davis, and they're going to punch it into the end zone, the first offensive score of either team in regards to a touchdown. Great job.
So Huntington Beach is at this point punched Arizona in the face a couple times here, and they're looking a little bloody. Arizona is really going to have to put up a solid offensive drive and put up a touchdown on this one. Otherwise, things are going to start getting real difficult real quick for them.
Yeah, no offensive touchdowns there for Arizona so far this ball game. Definitely not making it easy for them, but still have a quarter and a half to change your ways, and 14 points still doable in a span of 18 and a half minutes. So keep your heads up, get your game plan right, and let's see what happens. Arizona coming back onto the field soon. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Got the giveaway coming soon. Going to be a fun ride as always. Going to be back into the mix. Going to be kneeled down. It's going to take it to the 25-yard line. Arizona back onto the field. 1st and 10 coming. Looking for a pass. On the run, finds his man. There goes Swoosh. Past the 40. And that's a good start right there. Getting to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, you need more plays like that. Quick plays, hit the open man. There's open guys out there. He's just got to be able to pick his head up and find them.
Being sacked 4 times, fumbling 1. That could definitely do some things to the quarterback. We'll see if he finally finds his groove here. They stay in the passing set, looking for a man off the helmet, and gonna be almost picked off and caught, but it hits the turf. It's gonna be 2nd and 10 coming.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that man had it. Number 18. I thought he had the ball and he had everyone behind him, but then all of a sudden it popped out, hit the turf. So bit of a disappointing play there.
Got the empty set again. Going to pass it here. Going to launch it right side. Going to be almost picked off by the rangy cornerback X-Pac. And those are the opportunities that he loves. Those outside passes, those out routes, those corner routes. He feasts on those, and he has a majority of his picks of his career on those routes. So I wouldn't try those.
At least not on his side of the field.
Yeah. On the other side, you also have the guy that has the most interceptions out of any defensive player this season, but once again, Action Jackson Jr. off the mark. He rushed that pass there, Caboose. I think they're starting to get to him a little bit.
He's definitely rattled. He is out of his head right now. He is not looking. He is I don't even know. Just making poor ball decisions here.
Sean Justice in the chat talking about Jackson is not locked in today. Man, his defense gonna be throwing orange slices at him on the bench. I don't know the significance of the orange slices, but maybe a tomato would be a more fitting fruit, as we'll see a handoff pushing forward. There goes Caleb pushing forward past the 25. And is it really a fruit? Is it really a fruit?
Tomatoes are a fruit, yes.
So weird. Who authorized this? It wasn't me.
I don't. How do I answer that question? It's a fruit. It has seeds. It's basic, like, nomenclature, biology.
Oof.
I don't know. That's a duck.
Big homie Calvin Thomas said, "You better throw that football away. I'm gonna come back and get you like the boogeyman." And I love the camaraderie in the chat saying, "It's now we love our quarterback. We ain't throwing nothing at my boy. He gonna get us a score next time around." That's what I love to see. That we need to see more of that in the chat for sure. In my personal opinion. 3rd and 3 coming. Looking for a man right side and wide open. There goes the tight end. Getting into the mix again down to the 45. Tyler Deathridge throwing at a 50% clip currently. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up.
Well, it's not like Arizona's done a bad job on defense of holding this team, but you know, they're starting to slip up. Huntington Beach is starting to overpower, and you know, you got to wonder if Arizona can't get something done soon. How much time do they really have left?
What a dot again. And a great coverage again. Arizona's right there in the mix, but there is no such thing as defense when it comes to stopping the perfect pass. Look at this replay. Right there. Hunter Jackson is literally right in front of the receiver.
Just can't get his hands on it.
Carlton Banks doing nice. Already has a touchdown here tonight. There goes Carlson bouncing off, breaking free, and going to tumble forward and pick up the 1st down. His best carry of the game. Going to pick up 10. Carlton Banks in the chat said he out here today. What did he trip on?
I believe his own big toe.
I felt that. I mean, I do that all the time. It's 1st and 10. But that's what happens when you have big feet. Going to be passing this right side, and AJ Frost couldn't quite get both hands on the football. Going to make it 2nd and 10.
Another opportunity there to get off the field with the interception gone awry.
Once again in field goal range, but they're looking for a lot more. Try to put this game away early, passing it again, looking right side, and almost once again thrown close to an Arizona defender. Could not quite get his hands on the football, and it's 3rd and 10 coming up for Huntington Beach.
Arizona, I mean, they're getting opportunities. They're just not capitalizing on them.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be passing it again, looking for a man. Gonna go right side and overthrows a wide open touchdown. Ryan Davis was ready for his 1st touchdown of the playoffs, and Tyler Deathridge, he's been off the mark for the most part this game. Outside of one or two great passes we've seen from him, but like his passes like that, he just haven't been able to hit.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. This would have been the perfect game for someone to finally beat Huntington Beach with, Deathridge just not maybe having his best game. But unfortunately, the rest of the Huntington Beach team has been on point and has been locking Arizona down.
Yeah, albeit with the run game kind of been up and down. They haven't run the ball too much this game, right? But outside of that, they've been able to pick up some solid gains here and there. The defense, as you can see, lights out, and that's really been the difference as well. You never know. If we didn't have the defensive touchdown, it will be 13-3 at this point.
Yep.
Which is still, granted, a 2-score ball game, but it's be better a 2-score ball game than the current 3-score ball game that we're seeing. especially with the third quarter, 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah, in Arizona, they still have some time. They can still get this done. They can still bring it back. It's not over yet, but they're going to have to start figuring things out right now.
Going to be a kneel down here, there by Swoosh, and it's going to make it 1st and 10 at the 25. Going to be a handoff pushing forward, and the run game was working at one point as Tamari Jones gets his 100th rushing yard. He'll hit the century mark at the very least. But granted, they kind of went away from the run in the second half here, and it's kind of showing that was one of the main reasons why they were able to move a little bit. When they got to the passing game, it slowed down a lot.
Yeah, and I think they do need some passing plays. You know, it can't be 100% run like it almost was in that first half. But that being said, this run is definitely working.
And you can't say Tamari Jones hasn't been getting the football either. Over 15 carries. He's got a catch or two, I believe, as well. So it's been working out, giving it to 21. Maybe a screen at the backfield to kind of get this defense on their heels, get them turned up with some blocks up front. Going to be looking for a man, middle of the field, and caught. And that's a first down play again. Is Uncle Swoosh? No, that is going to be Jackson Rodriguez with his first catch of the game.
9 for 22 is the stat line there for Action Jackson Jr. 9 completions in almost 3/4 of play is not something to write home about.
Both quarterbacks have been fairly struggling here in this passing attack, as we're going to see the pitch play for the first time, and Preston Dotson will clean it up on the second hit. There's going to be 2nd and 3 coming up. Solid blocking there, but I think if he had a little bit more burst, could have got a first down at the very least.
He could have been gone so many times if he just had a little bit extra, but you know, as it stands, it's still a 7-yard gain, and they'll take that any day of the week.
2nd and 3 coming up. Going to fake the handoff. Action Jackson Jr. steadily in the pocket. Going to be making the first down play, and there goes Samari again, faking out Titanium T Knight, and that's going to be enough for the first, as the third quarter starting to wind down a little bit.
Well, you know what? This is where they need to be, though. They need to be down in enemy territory like they are. If they can squeeze off one more play, maybe get a little bit of better field position before the quarter ends, that'd be excellent.
Going to be 1st and 10 coming up, and another handoff. Going to make it 2nd and 7 coming, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Throw your fours up in the chat. Let's get into it. Is going to see that pass in the middle of the field and caught, and there goes the big homish Big Sean coming through at the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10 coming.
Arizona starting to maybe bring something to life here on offense, and not a second too late.
Definitely need a quick score, as we're going to see action again in the pocket, middle of the field, and miss both receivers that was crossing.
I think both receivers took their eye off the ball, looked up at each other, and tried not to run into each other.
He had enough time to sit and see which one would have been open when they crossed, so maybe that's another rush play there by Action Jackson Jr. It's going to be 2nd and 10 coming, though. Looking for a man, middle of the field. Going to be deflected by steel pads. And there goes 3rd down coming to you. And don't worry, I'm going to get to the giveaway and everything soon. See how this drive ends, and then we'll get into it. Make sure you do ! USFA while we still have this cooking, you know what I'm saying? Shotgun set. Arizona got to get past the 15. Gonna look middle of the field wide open. There goes Big Sean, and he's gonna take it to the 11-yard line. Another big play here from Arizona. 11 yards away from making it a 2-score game.
And speaking of giveaways, real quick, the USFA United Bowl 10 giveaway will not be a TP giveaway. It will be our jersey giveaway that we are doing for in honor of our 10th season. So make sure to get your entries for that before time runs out, as this is a sack.
Ooh, big play there. Josh Schloyer with a half a sack, and I believe Zayna Bain cleaned the rest up. Great job by the pass rush. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Ten minutes, 15 seconds left in the fourth. Here comes action. Protection solid. Pass is better. Gets him to the 5, and it's 3rd and medium. There goes Uncle Swoosh.
3rd and 5 makes us instantly that much easier, and they could easily punch it in, but anything less than a touchdown here is not going to help them.
Unless they get to the half-yard line, that will be a first down at the very least. Well, we'll keep it on the ground, pushing forward, and they're just going to get it all on one take. And there goes the first offensive touchdown here for Arizona. They're back in it right with that play. Beautiful drive.
And a little bit of life coming into Arizona late in this game.
Javon Gusto here to try to make it a 10-point game. Looks straight ahead to me. If it looks straight ahead to you, kick is
I'm
up.
blind.
You're blind. Don't be blind, man. But definitely a great job there for sure. As we go into our house cleaning, you know how we do. Shout out to the homies at W. Make sure you use the code USFA S10 to get 10% off of each and every order that you choose to have with them. Got some new shakers on the way there for W. I'm always plugged up for what they're putting into the mix. I'm going to be getting some more W soon going into season 11. And of course, the code is going to be changing going into season 11. Got to keep it moving here. Got to love the official energy drink of the United Sim Football Association. Also, Caboose, have you got some W yet?
I got the starter pack a while back. I have not really had the funds to buy a whole tub yet.
I felt that. Well, we're going to change that for sure. If I have to get you one myself, I'll go ahead and get you covered, my friend. Shout out to the homies at Paladin as well. If you need some software help for your business, that'll be the perfect place to go. Get a contract with them, and you'll be directly supporting the USFA, supporting us in our quest to make this the greatest professional football simulation league in the land. And in my opinion, we're already that. We're just trying to spread the bar. You know what I'm saying? Passing the middle field and going to be caught there by the big homie Carlton Banks, picking up 4. Shout out to our 3 affiliates. Shout out to the Gold Standard Basketball. They're doing their thing in season 3. Shout out to Goals, Great One Hockey League Sim. And also shout out to the big homies at the ECFL. Got a big draft class coming up. There are collegiate affiliates, and they're only getting bigger and better from here. A lot of things happening to make it more optimal for you guys, as we're going to see him take off to run chase down there by Calvin Thomas, avoiding the sack at the very least. Is going to make it 3rd and 2. In regards to the spin, we could go ahead and hit that while everything is doing its thing. What will be the prize? You know, we are in the playoffs, so it will be double from what you see or what you'll be receiving. Gonna get
in terms of TPE.
In terms of TPE, yes, indeed. Gonna be passing it again, middle of the field, and caught for the first down. Great tackle there. And it looks like it's going to be a Drip God special plus 10 TPE set. So instead of 10 TPE, you will get 20 TPE, and you'll get to change your player going into season 11 if your player is not currently in the playoffs, or we'll get you ready to go for the United Bowl if you're one of the 2 teams that's making it to the set. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you guys. We'll see the handoff here. I'll click the spin in just a little bit, as Tim Carlson's picking up a solid gain of 7. Their offense just burning clock after clock. And we'll get to the draw here. And it looks like the winner shall be another Arizona Rattler. This time it will go to cornerback Mikey Jackson. So Arizona's been clicking in. especially in these last week or so. And it looks like he's going to have the ability to change his drip. And if you do not want the drip god special, you can cash that in for 10 TPE. Is going to see this pass again,
which is not doubled.
Yeah, that is not doubled. So you doubled the actual TPE for the prize, but not for the actual prize, which would be the special. So that will be a total of 30 TPE there for Mikey Jackson. Good job.
420 in the special.
This wheel got to be weighted or something. I mean, it's the draw. It's the draw picks what the draw picks, my friend. It's going to be a handoff and pushing forward. And there goes Caleb Howard making a 2nd and 6. And Huntington Beach is just burning clock.
Yeah, if you're Arizona right now, you need to do something on defense. You need to force a fumble, get an interception, something to get off this field ASAP.
Going to be passing it here left side and caught, turning, reaching for the first, going to be short. Now make it 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches.
I'm surprised that's not a fumble there, but, you know, such is the way the cookie crumbles.
Most definitely. Got to cash in that drip god special, give Deathridge a bucket. Going to be a short drop back for Deathridge and going to be caught by Davis, and yet another first down as this offense for Huntington Beach is looking like the team that hasn't lost a game since season 8. And that was in coverage too. Mikey Jackson was right there on his back, but once again the ball away from Mikey and he was able to haul it in. Another short drop back slant route, taking off to run, runs out of room. There goes the sack. There goes Brett Eisenhower. 1.5 sacks tonight, looking pretty nice. The 4th sack on the day there for Huntington Beach.
And both teams have been able to get their defense into the backfield and hit the quarterback multiple times. So it's not for a lack of trying on this Arizona defense's part.
Pass on the right side is going to be caught, turning up, going to fall forward, and he got most of those yards back to get back to the line of scrimmage. They said right at the edge right there, 3rd and 10. Arizona needs, just like you said, a turnover. Can't afford a field goal because it'll be back to a 2-score ball game. Actually, no, a 3-score ball game? No, it won't. Actually, I take that back. They'll be fine without it, but it's turning up. It breaks the tackle of Mikey, but pushed out of bounds. So that will at least hold Huntington Beach to a field goal attempt.
And it stops the clock,
which is also good.
But from here on out, you cannot allow any more points against.
Another big set of points here. Huntington Beach up 23-10. And it's so weird to see because honestly, the score could be 16-10 without that defensive touchdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Arizona, all they would have to do is just get a touchdown, but see that fumble for a touchdown coming up really big here for Huntington Beach. And that's part of their mantra. They live through their defense. A lot of times their offense hasn't shown up all 4 quarters. Huntington Beach has their flaws every now and then. We've seen it tonight. They have the ability to, well, they have sometimes the mentality that their offense doesn't really want to work the way it wants to, but their defense is just top level, even though they did give up a touchdown the last drive.
I mean, they haven't given up a touchdown until the 4th quarter. That's quite a lot. That's going to be a knee down, which saves a little bit of time.
Action Jackson Jr. playing against his former team, won the championship in season 8. with Huntington Beach, trying to get Arizona in that same realm. Gonna launch it middle of the field and caught. Turn it up is the big homie, Big Sean. Past midfield, definitely a great start.
That is exactly how you want to start this drive, and now you need another play almost exactly like it.
5 catches, 76 yards there for Sean McGowan. They got to hurry it up as always. They got to move the ball down the field. In my opinion, they got to score before the 2-minute mark because he's going to turn up, spin, and he barely gets that one off. Thought it was going to be another fumble.
It stops the clock, prevents anything from moving, and gives them a chance to reset. And you gotta think this is 4-down territory the whole way.
Pass to the left side is going to be caught. Turn it up. Runs into 2 defenders there. And he's going to make it a 3rd and 4 situation here. I've been tripping all day, Caboose. I'm so sorry.
I know you have. This is why I don't pay you. But, you know, I would have, instead of trying to turn that upfield, I honestly would have kept running towards the sidelines and trying to get that out of bounds.
I'd agree there. Most definitely. Maybe that's just a sign I need to take some Sprite. Looking for a man. Protection's breaking down, and that'll be another throwaway. And I'd have to assume that is 4-down territory. That's why he did it.
Yeah, just reset, try again, and hopefully you can pick this 4th down up.
Huntington Beach essentially one more stop away from going to their 3rd straight United Bowl. They're going to be passing it, looking for a man, goes right side and almost picked off, and Preston drops a gimme. But regardless of that, it will be a turnover on downs. Huntington Beach gets the football back. As Arizona starts clicking on the timeouts. People in the chat saying throw it in the middle. Looks like they had a man open. Threw it right towards number 23. That's normally something you don't want to do.
No, he definitely had something open there, but just decided to try and throw it towards the sideline, and Preston jumped up and got hands on that.
Going to be a handoff here, pushing forward. Great tackle there. Another timeout coming. Arizona running through. They will at least have the 2-minute warning if they could get one more stop on the ground game. And then they'll try to find their way down the field. Score a touchdown, onside kick, another touchdown. They got a W. But they're going to pass this one. Going to go left side. Going to be knocked out of the hands of Carlton Banks. Not sure why they ran the why they didn't run the football there. And at the same time, if he was to throw the football, you'd want to go past the 6 a little bit if possible. Ryan Davis asked for a pass. He said, just throw it and end it. They threw it. It's not quite ended yet, but that punt will go into the end zone for a touchback. A little bit more than 2.5 minutes here for Arizona. See if they can make it closer. They're going to pass.
You got to score real quick.
And that's going to help out a lot. There goes Sean McGowan doing it again. 2 straight drives, getting close to midfield. And he's done that a few times this game, Caboose. And if he had just a little bit more speed, you never know. He might have been in that end zone.
It very well could be, but you know what? Here's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish.
Right.
And if they can't finish this drive with points, then it's all for nothing.
Most definitely. 2 minutes, 5 seconds should be the last play before the end, or to the 2-minute warning. Going middle of the field again, and they tried McGowan on that particular play. Could not hang on, and they'll have one more play before the 2-minute warning. I guess it worked out.
All's well that ends well, I suppose, for this.
Where's that from?
I have no idea.
All's well it is well, right? 2nd and 10 coming. Gonna be passing it, looking for a man, taking off to run. Throws the left side. It's gonna be caught, but he falls in bounds, and it was gonna be a 2-minute warning regardless. So I guess it really didn't matter.
I don't know why you fall there. You have to fight for every single yard you can get.
That comes to awareness right there. And ball carrier vision. Third and 7 coming up though. Looking to pass it again. Goes left side as a man open, and if he was able to stand up and keep running, that would have been real nice, but that will put him inside the 30.
Sean McGowan had a chance there to get the touchdown.
That was a touchdown.
But unfortunately, that was a touchdown. Unfortunately, lost his balance while reaching out for that ball.
Yeah, he's always been on Arizona. That's Action Jackson Jr. passing the right side, looking for a man. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 coming.
Gonna have to move things a little bit quicker here, boys.
My opinion, at this juncture, you need to score before 45 seconds gets here or something.
You need to score right now.
That would be the right thing to do. Gonna look middle of the field and caught. Turning up, sheds off the first tackle, gets to the 6. And they're trying not to use that last timeout, but honestly, if they don't get the touchdown in the onside kick, it really won't matter.
Yeah.
Look, that was a duck.
That was awful pass, but it worked.
Wasn't the prettiest, but it was accurate. Looking for a pass again. Turning up. Throws this one to the end zone, and that's going to be almost picked. But luckily enough for Arizona, he ran out of room to haul that one in.
Well, 38 seconds left. You gotta assume you've got to score this particular play, and then get an onside kick and score in 30 seconds.
Something like that. I'm going to be passing it again, looking, taking off, throwing it right side, going with the end zone, and once again, 2 defenders in the area, 3rd and goal coming.
So now you have to score in about 25 seconds?
Something like that, yeah.
Granted, they do still have a timeout, but
The timeout isn't going to affect too much because after the timeout goes, Huntington Beach could just hit that victory formation and take their trip back to Arizona. And, almost picked off there by Annalisa Melculo. And Huntington Beach's red zone defense showing up here. It's 4th and goal.
and you gotta go for it, so.
Going to pass it here, looking for a man, goes right side and wide open. There goes the score. Arizona picking it up. Amari Jones left wide open on 4th down, and now they'll need to go for the onside kick after this.
Yeah, and this is where everything gets dicey, because if you don't recover it, it's game over. If you do recover it, you got a chance to maybe make a play or two with your timeout.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, this is... we'll see. We will see. This is not over quite yet.
We have yet to see an onside kick recovered, but we've had a good amount of close calls. So it's definitely possible to get it. They're going to need some luck here, or their season will end. But honestly, if this is how it goes down for Arizona, they definitely ended on a high note, at the very least, making it a one-score game. But crazy enough, it's like I said again, this would be completely different if Huntington Beach did not get that fumble recovery for a touchdown. At this point, they would be in the lead.
They would.
And here comes Siobhan Gusto with the biggest kick of his career. looking for that pretty bounce, kicking it and recovered immediately there by Cassius Castle. We haven't said his name all day, and I think we can confirm Huntington Beach going to the United Bowl. A great fight all the way through there from Arizona. We talked about mistakes, right, Caboose, in regards to how it comes to the game of football. We can't not look at that fumble and say that wasn't the killer.
That was the end of the game for them, because immediately after that, they lost all their momentum. It was lights out the whole way, and they just had no wind in their sails until maybe this fourth quarter.
Unfortunate set of events there. Arizona will have to wait to see if they can say they could go to the United Bowl. But overall, a great season from start to finish there from Arizona. They had a few slip-ups midway where they had some issues moving the ball down the field, and I think it showed up here again tonight in regards to just having that consistent offense that we've been seeing. But they have a lot to fight for going next season. They're only going to get better with the draft coming. But we got to talk about Huntington Beach right now. They're going back to the game that made them famous. They're going to fight for a three-peat. And as we go through these stats, you talk a little bit about this Arizona team, how they did this season, and what they got going forward. What do you think they can improve on?
I think they need to, just get a little bit more consistency, maybe improve that O-line for next season, stop allowing so many people to get into the backfield so quickly. Action Jackson Jr. showed in that fourth quarter he can lead a drive downfield. He just needs some time to do it. And I do think under duress, Action Jackson can make better decisions. I think that's an area of growth he can work on. But their offense, honestly, has worked out really well for them. Tamar Jones, 100 yards per game, just about. Mm-hmm. You've got McGowan and Swift. They're a great 1-2 combo at that wide receiver position. So they've got a great spot, great offense going for them. I think they need to upgrade their O-line a little bit, make it just a little bit better. And then on top of that, I think defense-wise, they could use a few new faces to help out maybe in that secondary. It can't just be Mikey Jackson doing it by himself.
Most definitely. See right there, just off the pass deflections. It's not like the defense wasn't working. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pass deflections from this defense. So, and that's all the cornerbacks, safeties, and a linebacker getting into the mix. So just crazy right there. And as we're going through the rest of the stats here, Huntington Beach is back where they're famous. They've been in the playoffs every single season since they've been here. We're here in season 10. They're going for their third straight title. What are your thoughts about how great this team has been since season 8?
This is the team that everyone loves to hate. I don't think there's another franchise in this league that is basically synonymous with success, and at the cost of every other team in the league.
Yeah.
So it's easy to root against them if you are anyone other than Huntington Beach. It reminds me of like the early 2000s Detroit Red Wings, or the New England Patriots in more recent years, where everyone's preying on your downfall. And honestly, for Huntington Beach, that's got to put a chip on your shoulder. That's got to be like almost a badge of honor to carry around and be like, you know what? Yeah, everyone hates us because we're that damn good.
Most definitely. As we double check on the scoring summary for the people that missed it late, nothing doing in the first quarter. That was all defense, and a lot of the defense happened here in the second. We seen a couple of field goals, and then it kind of started to flip in Huntington Beach's favor at that point, where you see the Zayna Bain recovery for the touchdown. We spoke about it a good amount of times here in this ball game. But going into the into the third, Carlton Banks gets the touchdown there from Deathridge. Carolina gets a field goal, and they end the game on a 14-13 set. Arizona was able to score 2 TDs in the fourth quarter, but honestly, if that happened a little earlier, maybe even in the third quarter, we might have had ourselves a different game, and they might have had a chance to potentially take the lead late. But Just like you said, need to have more consistent drives there. Only 3 points in the span of 3 quarters, averaging a point a quarter. That's not winning football. And I already know Cal Wu's hyped up. He's ready to get back into the mix for season 11. But we got to talk about the future, man. Huntington Beach is back into it. We will see who they will face off. It'll be Toronto at Charlotte, who I'm expecting to be another banger of a football game. What are your thoughts? Who you think is going to win that one?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Charlotte has proven that they have Toronto's number this season, winning both meetings. But again, it's been close matchups. I can see that game going either way.
Most definitely. I'm going to reserve my thoughts until tomorrow. Should be a fun ride as we go back to North Carolina in the Eastern Conference Championship game. But until then, for your boy Caboose, it's your boy Stacks. And thank you so much again for another great game. 2 more games left on the season. Let's go ahead and get into it. We'll go ahead and get set up at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or earlier. That way we can get that rolling for you. But let's go ahead and get into it.